Hello my lovelies and welcome back to Allotment of the Dead. So in today's video I'm going to be looking at a different kind of chili. So most of the chilies that most people grow are either Capsicum annum or they're Capsicum chinense, and they're usually a variety of these. The chinense varieties, your super hots and things like that, and your annums are kind of your jalapenos and you kind of your long, more slender kind of things. One other variety that's out there is something called Capsicum Pubescens. So translated means hairy chili. So the Bolivian hairy chili, which is one I've got here, is a variety of this other third kind of a little bit more rare variety of chili. And there's a lot of differences, a lot of similarities, but a lot of differences from this chili to the other ones that are available to grow and to eat and to all of those sort of things. One of the main differences in this is by its definition, the fat is called the hairy chili. If you look at the plant, then the plant is, the leaves are hairy, the stems are hairy, and I think the fruit really is probably the only bit that isn't. So fruit-wise, you get these kind of really nice large pods, which again look more like almost like an orangey kind of thing. Coming again, variety of different colours. So they will always start green, and then you can get these red varieties, orange varieties, and yellow as well. So I was a little bit devastated when the frost came in, and this plant, I had just had literally 2 plants, I think, of this growing in the polytunnel, and the frost hit, and I was kind of really upset when I lost this particular chili. Reason being is because this chili is also called the tree chili, and it's also probably the easiest to overwinter and become a proper perennial. I mean, there's some people out there with plants of this particular variety that are 15 plus years old. So I was going to give it a go, but unfortunately that frost, I just wasn't ready for it, and it killed it. So what we'll do is we'll chop this one open, let you see inside, because again, there's another little difference in this particular chili type that's different from the others. So Bolivian hairy chili, also called the ricotta chili in South America. This one being Bolivian, they actually call it locoto. So Locoto, locoto chili. So it's either ricotta or locoto, depending on which particular country in South America you're actually in. So, okay, let's chop this one open and let you have a look inside, because as I say, it's an amazing chili. Okay. Okay, so we've got the nice Bolivian hairy chili here. This one's a nice ripe one. So what we'll do is we'll slice into it, and we'll show you. I'm not going to cut directly through the middle. I'm going to try and conserve the seeds if I can. So what we'll do is we'll do that, and then we shall open it like a present. There we go. So you can see straight away this really nice thick wall that this particular chili's got. Really quite thick membranes as well. And there's your massive difference between this particular chili type and all the other chilies that are out there. The seeds are black. Okay, there's the actual smell of this chili as well. I've opened this chili. The smell is quite intense. So you get that capsicum smell straight off. And as I said, when I started this video, you get that capsicum from this particular chili. But you also have something called dihydrogen capsicum. So this heat, this lingering heat that you'll get off this. So these particular seeds are quite rare. You can pick them up, but they're quite expensive to buy. But again, if you want to really try and grow a perennial chili, this is probably your best bet. So the other thing with this, so nice thick wall, they make really good chili sauces. I'm going to ferment the ricotta chilies I've got and make a really nice chili sauce out of them. But in terms of heat wise, so we always talk about Scovilles. Scoville, Mr. Wilbur Scoville, back in 1912, developed the Scoville rating, and that's basically the dilution factor that you need to actually have that gets rid entirely of the heat. So jalapeno would be something like 8,000. So 8,000 dilution to actually get rid of all the heat. And then you go into the realms of the new Pepper X, which is 3.2 million. So 3.2 million dilutions to actually get rid of all the heat from that particular chili. So this one is around between 100,000 and 250,000 Scovilles, which is about the same as a Scotch bonnet. So that lovely Jamaican chili that you can get that adds so much flavour and things to your Caribbean dishes. This one's slightly different. This heat off this and the taste of this isn't quite as fruity as those particular kind of habanero chilies. It's more of a kind of a flat heat. But tell you what, I'll try a bit now. I did cut some of these up the other day having a salad with some sweet peppers, and it was a bit of a mistake because I left some quite large chunks in there, and we ended up with a lot of heat that just didn't want to go away. So what we'll do now then is I'm not going to go mad with this, I'm just going to take a thin slice and we'll give it a taste. Okay, I might regret this, but yeah, it's just a thin slice, equivalent of a Scotch bonnet. Scotch bonnet is quite a thin-walled chili compared with this. I mean, the thickness of this is quite massive, really. And this kind of fleshy, nice fleshy chili, I mean, I say it's fantastic for chili sauces. Okay, let's give it a go. So that fruitiness is there, but that heat is immediate. A bit like the small chilies you get from Central and South America. It's more akin to the kind of the animal varieties where that chili doesn't build in terms of the heat. So the heat affects your tongue, your mouth, and it does that by firing the heat and the pain receptors in your tongue and your mouth, and that's how it acts, really. But in terms of flavour, you have got a little bit of fruitiness there, but it's nowhere near as intense as you get from some of these super hot chilies. But again, the heat, you're definitely into the realms of the Scotch bonnet. I've definitely had Scotch bonnets, but probably not as hot as this. Okay, so if you get a chance, get yourself some of these particular chilies. Again, it's something different. I love growing things that are different, and the Capsicum Pubescens, the hairy chilies, again, one of those really strange things that take you by surprise with it. I mean, it's that inside of that, it's proper thick. So the actual when you actually make it into a mash, in terms of fermentation, it is unbelievable. Anyway, so that's all for tonight. As I say, hopefully I've given you guys a bit of a kind of a need or a want to try this one. As I say, I've had it now for 2 or 3 years. I've still not been able to turn it into a perennial, and I definitely want to try that again next year. So I'll be growing some of these probably in pots next year, just a couple of them. Again, just to try and make it a little bit easier to try and perennialise them. put them into somewhere nice and warm over that winter period. Finding somewhere is going to be difficult for me there, so I'll have to probably think a bit laterally to actually find a place to actually put them. Okay, all the best for today. Take care. Bye-bye.